And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in this week. Namaskar. Welcome to this special edition of This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Doctor, welcome. Namaste.
Namaskar, namaskar.
So last week was very important in terms of lot of developments. One sad demise of Bharat Ratna Lata Mangeshkar ji. Then there are other important developments which we will talk about, including address of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Parliament, and also his presence at the inauguration of Sri Ramanuj Statue of Equality. Let us begin with the equality side. How significant you think is the presence of this 216 feet tall statue of Sri Ramanuj?
It's very significant. Actually, I'm personally I have connection with that temple, the one which just now inaugurated. Because about 6 years ago, that Sant, the chief of that project temple, his name is, I think, Jiriya Swami.
Jiriya Swami, yeah.
So he
Chinna also.
Chinna Jiriya Swami,
yeah.
And he's a young guy. I mean, he must be that time in 50s, and he called me because somebody suggested that he should talk to Dr. Parikh, who can publicize you, you can promote you, you can even help you to getting fund. And that time he showed me the blueprint. That time it wasn't started making that temple, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the blueprint, it was very impressive. And I mean, I thought, I hope this thing can happen, because, you know, there is a statue of this Ramanujacharya, a huge statue. And there are 108 temples around it.
Yes.
Of
yes.
Shiva, Amba Mata, this, that, you know. So, I mean, it was mind-boggling thing, you know. And I think, but when I saw this thing, but then I helped him whatever I can. And then after a couple of years after that meeting, I mean, it we lost contact. So when I saw this thing, I said, "Wow!"
Yeah. So let me fill in that they raised over 1,000 crore rupees for this project.
Yes.
And the statue itself is said to be to the tune of 105 crore rupees.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, that shows that how our people are so religious, and they are ready to pour any amount of money for good cause.
Absolutely. And now let us look at the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And many people are not aware that this project was a result of the contribution of many people. They just see the presence of Prime Minister Modi and they feel that government has something to do with it. But his presence made it special and gave it certain more height, I think.
Of course, because see, it was done by the people of the Hyderabad, I mean Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and by having, I mean, and Ramanujacharya, it's like another Ambedkar, or even more than Ambedkar, because
much more than that.
Because he believed in equality. He believed in that all the religions are same, is equal. So because when during his time, it was 1,000 years ago. We are talking about 1,000 years ago. People believe that Shiva is superior than this, and Vishnu is superior than that, and people who believes in Shiva Bhakti, and they don't get along with the people who believe in Vishnu Bhakti and all those things. Mm-hmm. So he brought all the different gods and goddesses together, or their devotee together.
Right, right.
And kind of made it Sanatan Dharma from Hindu Dharma, whatever you call it, you know. Mm-hmm. So, this, I mean, that is the way...
Actually, Hindu word came quite late. There is no reference of Hindu word in
right.
any
So, it
scriptures.
is kind of... And can you imagine that 1,000 years ago, person has this kind of vision. to make it everybody equal, all religion equal, and I think it's unbelievable. It's I mean,
and it is very aptly titled Statue of Equality, and
if you see the statue and its lighting, have you seen that?
Yes.
Very impressive.
Very, very impressive.
Very impressive. And that shows that India came a long way to do this thing. And this is long-lasting thing. Even second generation, third generation, even though they are not very religious-minded kids, but they will go and see this kind of lighting and these statues, and
Absolutely. And look at this, already the impact of the presence of the statues that we sitting in New York are talking about it. And many people are starting to learn who was he, why this statue.
People forgot about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew when we were in the school about Ramanujacharya, but then as we grew up, we forgot about it because nobody kept reminding us.
Correct.
That's the whole thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now moving towards the significant development of 6th February, Bharat Ratna and sister of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as well as someone who enriched all of us over many generations. She was 92. And she also had COVID. Everybody has expressed her views on the way they found themselves related to Lataji. In your case, what is it like to be in the world where she was around and now she's not around in physical form?
Well, I think it's very important because if you look at her journey, I mean, she was uneducated. I mean, she was very only secondary school, and after that, I think she quit the school, and then so she didn't know even anything other than Marathi, and the way she ruled or controlled or become queen of Urdu music or Urdu language, it's something different.
Absolutely.
Right? And also, I mean, look at her accomplishment. If you look at her singing in the Mahal, which is Raj Kapoor's movie, and all the way to her singing for Aswara Rai or for Kajol, so it's a long, about 60-70 years of history here. And it shows that whether she sang for young lady or she sang for middle-aged lady or she sang for old lady, she sang exactly the way the character is.
Absolutely.
Her character was. And that shows that it's a God gift. You cannot have, being a human being, you cannot have this kind of gift. And she was, she worked against everything because, in the beginning when they told her, even this S.D. Burman told her that you have too soft voice, you will not work. And she proved him wrong,
Absolutely, absolutely. She was blessed by her father who taught her at the early age also, but she lost him while she was only 13, and then she took on the responsibility of the whole family. So
I think she was a legend. She was in real sense, she was a legend. Even though when we were young, we used to hear the rumors about her dominance and her kind of cunningness to control the film industry. But I don't think that was correct rumor. That was wrong rumors. Because this kind of personality cannot be controlling to anybody. Because she didn't have much competition that time anyway. And the competition, she's so versatile that there is no competition.
So, there is so much to talk about Lataji, but let me bring in her relationship with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who also declared 2 days mourning in the nation because of her passing away. How do you feel about some of the conversations that you probably must have heard between Prime Minister Modi and Lataji on phone while coming to America? He called her, and so
I think that shows that they are very close in a sense, being as a brother and sister, or they are really care for the nation, and both are nationalist personality, and that's why they get along good. They click good, and I think Prime Minister has always appreciated any good talent in India, right?
Absolutely.
So I think I'm very happy to see that Prime Minister has done such a great appreciation of Lata Mangeshkar.
And she also composed on her own the poetry which was recited by Prime Minister Modi. Sogand mujhe is mitti ki main desh nahi jhukne dunga. Probably that was the last of the series of her offerings. And let me quickly seek your impressions about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's very powerful rebuttal to opposition parliamentarians in response to the address by President.
Yes, I think it was very good, very effective, very aggressive, and he tried to enumerate all his accomplishment in the last 7 years. So I think it was well received by the people. I mean, some people may say that it is more political than real, because somebody commented that he accomplished. I mean, he ran through all his accomplishment, but he did not mention about farmers' law. So I mean,
So, and there's another thing which very quickly, if you touch on the charge brought by Rahul Gandhi against the Modi government of bringing China and Pakistan
together
closer.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, I think that's again is a political rhetoric. I mean, by Rahul Gandhi. That's not true. I mean, because even Pakistan was close to China even 40, 50 years ago.
Nehruji's time also. Yeah.
Nehruji time too. So I think that's all rhetoric and rhetoric kind of. And I think has no meaning to it. It's a political thing, and right now elections are going on. So in the heat of the election, everything is political,
So we cannot go away from politics, but fortunately, it looks like we are going away from the pandemic, and things are moving towards normalcy. So share your thoughts about this positive development as is being observed.
Yeah, I think we are getting entering into endemic. Pandemic is getting over, and this omnivirus is almost gone and will be gone in next 2-3 weeks. So we'll have more freedom, and as you can see, the whole world, different different countries, they're opening up, and they are loosening all the requirement of against the virus. So I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we hope for it comes sooner than later.
Yeah. And lastly, bringing the reference of America and the action taken by American president against ISIS leaders, and that puts President Biden parallel to President Obama in special reference. So Laden was killed by Obama, and now Biden can take credit.
It's America's, I think, official position that whenever ISI or any group related to the Al Qaeda or related to terrorism, they should act and they should demolish them, and that's why I think he did what he did, and I think it's the right thing he did, because that's the only way to prevent this thing,
So while the slogan of previous President Trump was "Make America Great Again," and in order for American citizens to take pride in being Americans, such steps also help. Yeah. So on that note, your concluding remarks for our viewers from today.
Well, dear friends, this week we lost our beloved, very popular, very, we all feel like that she's one of our family member and great singer, Bharat Ratna Lata Mangeshkar, and she has, she was in Guinness record sang maximum number of songs by her in the world, in any movie world, whether it's Hollywood or Bollywood. And so we pray God to bless her. And I think because she was very pure subject or pure person, and that's why even God decided to take her in the upstairs and on Vasanta Panchami, which is a birthday of the Saraswati, and she was in a sense Saraswati in music. And I think really it's a great feeling. And again, elections are coming in India. I'm sure you should help the party, whichever you like, and campaign for them by sitting here too, and talk to your friends and family to write candidates. And so I would like to say God bless America, God bless India, and God bless Indian American. Thank you. See you next week.